Good morning, my friends. This is Tyra Jarvis with Transformation Tuesday. I run a company called Kefi Coaching, and I work with leaders facing career and life transition that are looking for more freedom and fulfillment in not only their future, but their daily lives. I love what I do, and I come to you every week, Tuesday mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific time. And we've been talking about mindset, motivation, mastery, and ultimately transformation. And that's no different today. When I work with my clients, we primarily focus on getting some awareness about what needs to change or what they want to change. Sometimes we don't always see exactly what it is that we want to have changed. And a coach can help you do that. But we identify what those sources of change might be, and then we set a compelling future vision that will allow them to have a beacon, if you will, or a compass to focus on. And then we set some action plans in place, and that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about today, is how I help people get started, and hopefully there'll be something that I share today that'll help you. So, I chose this topic because as many of us get ready to have the new normal show up in big ways, we're probably excited to move forward. And at the same time, those opportunities might seem a little bit overwhelming because there's so many things to pick from. And how do you really align and focus on the things that are going to make the biggest difference for you? And so just remember that life is a journey, not a destination. And so we're looking at things that we're going to do in the day-to-day that's going to create things in a longer term. And it reminds me of some of the work that I did last year with a couple of my clients. First, there was Nadia, and Nadia was a business owner, and she wanted to sell her business. She was looking forward to moving on with the next phase of her life. And she was a solopreneur, solo proprietor, if you will. And she had, a big company, a lot of responsibilities, if you will. And it was just time for her to start exploring a change. And she was working with a broker, and it was stuck. It wasn't really going anywhere. And when we started working together, we were, she identified that, but what she shared afterwards was that she thought that if we had a plan by the end of the year that she could execute in 2021, that would be a productive coaching engagement for her. Well, we set out, and I did a few things, tailored to her, if you will. I facilitated a team meeting with her team to help them get ready to get the business ready to be the most attractive to sellers, if you will, or buyers. And then we set some plans in action, and our sessions involved, difficult relationships and challenging things that show up in the day-to-day, but the vision never changed. It was getting the business ready to sell, finding a buyer, whether she was going to use a broker or not. Anyway, the whole thing kind of carried on. And the big news is that the coach really reminds you to stay connected to why you want to make these changes. And when you do that, you can also get coached in detaching, if you will, from a specific outcome, that it has to look exactly a certain way, because that way you can kind of be flexible and on your toes and allow yourself to respond to opportunities as well as circumstances as they show up. Never taking your eye off the lighthouse, if you will, but definitely knowing that you might meander around a bit to get the full exploration of all the things that are possible for you. So in this particular case, she managed to talk with a broker. It spurred her to actually think about opportunities that she had uncovered herself and start to negotiate relationships with them. And that ultimately was the company that she went with. And the reality is that in December of 2020, she sold her business. She had a letter of intent. She got the asking price that she wanted. She was able to do that in January. And she was off skiing with her family the second week in January. And now she's contracting back with them, and she's helping them with the transition and everything. But I spoke to her just recently, and she has a charmed life right now. Now, what's interesting about that whole phenomenon is that what usually motivates us is a very clear image of I don't want to be here anymore. And it could be in any area of your life. It could be your physical body, not being in your right size body right now. It could be at work. Another client of mine, Jean, worked for a major company for many, many years, was retirement eligible, but was, kind of shackled, if you will, by fear and fear of the unknown, fear of, would I really, and for those of you that are close to a retirement decision, you want to get that it's really an emotional decision at a certain point. And that's going to take something different than what you might be used to. But we were also very lucky to keep her focused during COVID. She found another employer. She was able to transition to another job, and she retired and left that big company, and she's now working for this new company. And not to say that there aren't new challenges there, but she's prepared because she's done this before. She's going to be able to do this. So if you're in a position where you know what it is that you want to change, then it's usually the question is, how do I get there? And that's definitely something that I can help you with. But if you don't know, there's also some work that we would do around clarity and getting some real focus on why you want to change and specifically what it is that you want to change. So I'll just ask you, if you could wave a magic wand right now, what 3 things would you want to change about your life and why? And so we would then want to stand in a future fulfilled by when do you want that to happen, and really set and craft a future vision of what that looks like as if it's a done deal. Not, someday, one day it's going to happen, but it has to be something that you can actually feel almost at a cellular level that it's going to have, that it's already happened, and that there's no scarcity conversations around time and money. You've already done it, and you did what you needed to do to make that happen. And when you have that vision and you can detach from what it specifically looks like in a granular level, you're ready to get started. And then it's going to be about what's the next right action to take, and what's the action that I can take today. And if you focus in the day and what you can do today, fulfillment will be there. You'll be happier. If you find yourself tending to focus on the gap and where you're not at right now, it's going to be a real source of unhappiness, and there'll be a real struggle there for you. So you want to be looking at actions that you can take today. And in the well-being or in the physical body space, I'm kind of dealing with this myself right now, and it's very easy to say, oh, I'll wait till Monday, and then you binge and splurge over the weekend. No, what you want to try to get to is, what are you committed to and why? It's not a number on a scale. It's not weighing a certain amount. It's really looking at how you feel in your clothes, that you physically feel amazing. And then that sets up the structure for you to be able to do the amazing things that you want to do. So the why is the feeling that you have when you're in your right size body, right? If you focus on the scale and the scale doesn't give you the cue that you want, it's going to be discouraging, and then you're going to not be consistent. And that's the tortoise and the hare thing. You've got to always be in a mindset that you're going to be able to take consistent action every day towards that vision, and know that you did the best that you could do on any given day. So the question is, how will you be consistent? What's the next right action for you to take to either get started or get back on track? And how will you hold yourself accountable? Will you put triggers and reminders in your calendar, use notifications? Will you use a peak performance partner? Will you consider a coach or someone from the outside that's been there before? Because insanity is going to be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. If you want to go someplace you've never been before, you need to seek resources that are going to help you be able to do that, speed up the learning curve, accelerate the growth and transformation, and that's when you'll see real change in your life. So to support you in your journey, whatever you're up to and whatever you're trying to create for yourself, I put together a life transformation guide and journal. It's available on my website. I encourage you to go there and grab it. It's free. Go to tyrajarvis.com/free. And this guide's going to help you get clear on what you want to change if you don't already know it, and help you set a compelling vision. I walk you right through it. And then you can plan your transition and start taking actions and set some commitments around dates. And you'll start to see little changes in your life, and they'll start to build and momentum will come. And so it's a really powerful tool. It's free. I created it for you. I want it to help you. Please go and grab it. If you're anywhere where you're asking, is this all there is, or now what? This is the perfect tool for you, and I'm happy to share it with you. So go to tyrajarvis.com/free and grab your free copy of the Life Transformation Guide and Journal. You'll start to see possibilities for yourself, maybe that you didn't see before. You'll start to tap into some of your innate power and strength. And, it's going to help you shift your mindset, see what's possible, set that vision, and really start to see what's the right action that I can take right now to move myself closer to that and feel good about that on a daily basis. So for now, I'm going to wrap. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Tune in next week, next Tuesday, 8 a.m. Pacific time for Transformation Tuesday. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Take care, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.